We're seeing a nice bounce for Bitcoin right now, but the question is this just a short-term bounce before we see even further drops for Bitcoin and altcoins getting absolutely wrecked here even more? Today, guys, I have a couple of very important charts I need to show you. There's a couple of charts that are telling us what the next major move is going to be for Bitcoin, for Solana, Cardano, XRP, Doge, for altcoins in general, and for traditional markets. I am gonna give you a big update on the trading strategies and talk you through everything you need to know if you are at all invested in the crypto space. So welcome back, everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's get straight into it, guys. So what you can see here for Bitcoin is that after going down for Bitcoin from $108,000, it went as low as $92,000, which is about a 15% drop. And from this point, you can now see that we have had a bounce of about 8%. Now, the question is this a short-term bounce, or is this actually going to be the start of a rally towards the upside again and take out these previous highs? So the first thing I will say is that if you watched my video yesterday, nothing really has changed for Bitcoin on the longer time frames. Bitcoin still looks very bullish. The only thing is that on the shorter time frames, we have broken down from this channel right here. So you can see this one right, whoops, you can see this thing right. So we have broken down from it, but overall, if you zoom out, things are still looking good for Bitcoin, and you have a trend of making higher highs and higher lows. And we could go down much lower without the bullish structure of the market being broken. Okay, so that's the first thing. This is something I talked about yesterday. But for today, there is something else I want to talk you through. So first thing is that on the way up here, we are going to meet resistance at $100,000. And the previous support now turned into resistance is at about $100,000 and $600. So you can see it right here. So when we come up here and we try to break through this, if we manage to break through this one, we do have the red line here, which is potentially going to be in a few days. It's going to be more like $101,000. So that is very important to keep track of. But I am still bullish on Bitcoin, just like I've been saying all the time here. Nothing has changed for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still the best asset out there, an asset I still think is going to perform extremely well. Now, I know a lot of you guys, or a lot of people in general in crypto, have been absolutely wrecked on altcoins. And this is why I'm saying, like, the end goal in crypto is just to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. Altcoins are gonna have these drops, but we've had like 3, 4, 5, 1,000% pumps for many of these altcoins. So of course, some of these ones are going to go down like 50%, 70% or so, and they can still pump even harder a week later. So this is not something unusual. Of course, we have to be aware of this so we don't get wrecked if you're using leverage. But in general, even for altcoins, I still think that things are looking really, really well here. And in fact, I do think that you did have a good buying opportunity yesterday on the pullback. We're going to talk more about altcoins soon for Ethereum, Solana, and everything else. But one thing I want to note here is that during these pullbacks, in general, you can see that we are starting to potentially form what looks like a little bit of a rounded bottom here. And it looks like this wants to go higher. Just looking at this, it looks like it wants to go higher. If we look at shorter time frames, so something like the 4-hourly time frame, it looks, I mean, this could definitely be called an inverse head and shoulder here also. So we have a downtrend, you have the shoulder, you have the head, you have the shoulder here. And when we break the neckline, which we're doing right now, this typically signals more action towards the upside. So that is one immediate thing that I just spotted right now. So that is good to see on the shorter time frames that we have that. But also what I like here is that if you go back to the daily time frame, one thing I've noticed is that whenever we have gone up to a local high and we've had a pullback, typically what you've seen with the pullback is about 2 red candles. So you can see right here, we had a local high on the candle closing basis here. You had 2 red candles before forming a rounded bottom and then going towards the upside. Here also, okay, you had one candle right here, but this was in the vicinity at least of the previous swing high. You have two red candles before forming a rounded bottom and then going towards the upside. So let us look at this in more detail. Here you have another local high, and then you go down, you have a rounded bottom before you see some more upside. And guess what? Look at this, guys. You have two red candles from the local high, two red candles going down, what looks like forming a rounded bottom, and then potentially some more upside. So this is actually completely in line with what we have seen here recently, which has typically led into more upside for Bitcoin here. So I'm still bullish. I still think that everything looks pretty well here. And also on this chart right here, we're still on the wicks here, holding up this trend line right here. So that is all good. Everything is looking good for Bitcoin still. And in fact, after going down to $92,000, we're already back up to $98,000, almost $99,000. And then once we break $100,000 again, I mean, we're just, honestly, on a candle closing basis, we're just, what is that, 6% away from a new all-time high on a candle closing basis. So things are looking still really, really good. Now, if you look at Ethereum, we know that Ethereum yesterday had a execution of the double top pattern, or 2 days ago. So the double top pattern got executed as soon as we dropped below this neckline right here, which took us down all the way to $3,100. But it's good to see that on the daily time frame, we are looking to actually hold the orange line here at 3,270. So yes, Ethereum did see a decent drop here. It was actually 25%. So yeah, decent pullback for Ethereum, but things are looking pretty well here with the structure of Ethereum as well. And also I want to go back quickly to the Bitcoin chart, because I said that in this cycle, I think that it's going to be common to see, instead of seeing like 30-40% corrections in this bull market, I think that we're more likely going to see about 15%, maybe 20% at most per each pullback. And what you've seen here is that how much did we go back or go down on this pullback? It was actually 15%. So far that thesis remains true. So I don't think that you're going to see like 30% corrections in Bitcoin in one go. Instead, what you're going to see is 15%. And then I think we're going to, in this case, go up higher before we see another 15%. But of course, we need to be aware for everything here. And if you see another 15%, let's say we go up to, I don't know, $100,000. 15% from this point would be almost down to 82, 83. So yeah, that is obviously something we need to be aware of. But 15%, I think that every single dip we get here is a good buying opportunity, because I think that in general, we are going to go up much higher. So next stop is going to be, just like I said, for Bitcoin, the orange line at about $100,000, red line $102,000, and then we're back into this pattern. We're going to have 110, 111, and then we go up and we make a new all-time high. Well, I guess 111 would already be a new all-time high, but yeah, you know what I mean. So I think that Bitcoin is looking really, really bullish. Ethereum still looks very bullish as well. For Solana, we broke down from this pattern from Solana as well. As you can see, right now we're trying to break into it right here. So we're meeting resistance at $200 for Solana. And then the next one is going to be at 202. And yes, guys, I will update you on the trading strategies as well. But that is what's going on for Solana. For Cardano, Cardano has broken into the pattern again here. So after having a drop here, so in general for Cardano, we dropped by 42%. So a lot of newcomers here that aped into Cardano on big leverage, they got a massive reality check here. So yes, we're back into the pattern here, and this honestly looks like it wants to go higher again. And for XRP, same thing. XRP never even broke down from this pattern right here. We tried to make a push towards the upside, broke down back into it, and now we're trying to make a break towards the upside here. So next level of resistance for XRP, $2.40. So this looks very good for XRP still. So I'm anticipating a nice move towards the upside for XRP based on the breakout of this thing right here. Yes, we did have a fake out right here. That happens. But let's see if this time around, if we can break through the resistance right here, we can go up and make a new push towards $2.77. For Doge got absolutely obliterated on this pullback. So Doge went down by almost 50%, guys. And yes, 50% in just a few days. That is a lot. But we know that these things happens in crypto. So as long as you make sure to not get liquidated, as long as you are using good risk management, this was actually a good buying opportunity. See, we went up by about 30% right here. Now, unfortunately for Solana and Doge, the trading strategies, of course, the range went below the range here. So I will talk more about that here in a little bit. But for Doge, if I extend this thing right here, something like that, I think we're going to meet some resistance right here at about 36 cents. And then a big one at about 40 cents. This is a key level for Dogecoin as well. But I am still bullish on Dogecoin as well. And also with the Bitcoin dominance shot up extremely high here when you saw these pullbacks. So Bitcoin dominance went up. But you know what I said, guys? I still think that we're going to see a pullback for the Bitcoin dominance and that we're not going to break through, or that we're not going to close above the 58% level here for the Bitcoin dominance. And so far, the Bitcoin dominance is actually not able to break and close above this. We will see. There's still 2 days left, guys. But I do think that this is going to go down lower, which means that altcoins are going to perform or outperform Bitcoin in general here. So that is cool to see. Traditional markets are obviously closed today, but traditional markets also had a green candle yesterday. So that is all good. Now, big update with the trading strategy. So how it's looking right now is that on this pullback for Bitcoin and Ethereum, we saw the Bitcoin strategies buy on the way down here, and then we are now seeing them take profit on the way up for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that is all fantastic. And the next time we're going to go up here, we're going to be at much higher prices. I think that we're going to, or much higher profits. I think we're going to be close to $400,000 potentially in profit on this Bitcoin strategy. And for Ethereum, same thing here. It's going to be massive. Now, for Solana and for Dogecoin, unfortunately, we were below the range yesterday. We went below the range, so they were not trading here. So what is happening, and also a lot of the other altcoins that you guys are using here for these trading strategies, they also went below the range here. But right now, I have updated most of the ranges for all of these altcoins. So I'm changing the strategy a little bit, guys. I am going to try to capture more of the downside. So that is why I've edited all of the bots here, except for the main ones, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Doge, because these ones I'm going to update tomorrow. And the reason why I'm going to update it tomorrow, well, you will know that very, very soon. But for all of these other altcoins, the ranges and the settings have been updated. Also, what I've done for these ones, guys, is that I have reduced the leverage to 5x. Now, that is going to mean that you are going to make a little bit less profit. So I've reduced the leverage also to 5x, and how you can do it yourself is you click on adjust leverage here, and then it used to be at 10, but we're going to reduce it to 5. So I've done this already for all of the extra bots. I'm going to do it for the main ones tomorrow as well. That means though, because you're reducing the leverage, you need to add more investment. So we're trading with $10,000 previously when we were using $1,000 per bot, and then 10x leverage, so $10,000. Now to remain at $10,000, if you're using only 10x leverage, obviously you need to add another 1,000, because 2 times 10 is 10x leverage, or sorry, 2 times 10x leverage is $10,000. But $1,000 times 10x leverage is also $10,000. So you want the actual position to remain the same, but in order to reduce the leverage, you need to add more money. And that is just to keep things a little bit more safe, even though I'm saying all the time to add more margin to make sure you're not getting liquidated. This is going to help a ton as well. So you can go ahead and do that if you want to for each and every one of the bots you're using. You just like I said, you click on adjust leverage here, but I will go through that more in tomorrow's video, where I will also show you how to deal with the current loss if you're having losses in the bots and you want to edit the price range. If you go back to the document right here, you can see that I have said, watch the FAQ video linked in the description before you update the ranges. And this is extremely important. Which video am I talking about? Go down here, you have the questions and answers, FAQ, click on this link. It will take you here, then you need to watch the number 21 question. Because if your bot is at a loss, you need some way to deal with this loss. I will talk more about that in tomorrow's video, but I already explained it in great detail on in that FAQ video, which you need to watch if you're editing the range for the altcoins here. So make sure to do that as soon as possible. And in tomorrow's video as well, guys, it is very exciting. We're gonna start a new challenge. It is gonna be, I think, 10K to $1 million, but I will explain that more in tomorrow's video. So if you missed out on the previous one, when we went from $4,000 to $1 million, then you still have the chance to, if you want to be along for the journey here. As you know, guys, we documented every single move here in every video. I updated you on this journey here, so we're gonna do it again. So if you missed out on this one, make sure to keep watching my videos, because tomorrow we're gonna launch this new challenge here, which will be very, very exciting, and everything is gonna be 100% transparent as always. Now these ones are still gonna use the same they're still going to use the same bots, the four main bots here, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Doge. So if you already have these bots open, you don't need to change anything. That is just going to be probably to your disadvantage. So if you already have those bots open, no need to open new bots, but I will explain everything in tomorrow's video. There's also going to be big campaigns and bonuses accompanied with this. So first thing is, we have, of course, the regular bonus, where you get bonuses for signing up to Pionex, and you get up to 300 USDT to trade with in a separate bot. Also, starting from tomorrow, we're gonna have a exclusive competition here for everyone that are using these bots as well. So this is just their way of giving you some extra money if you are using Pionex. So right now, make sure to get your Pionex account ready. Go down to the description of this video, sign up right here, and then you can already get eligible for the first bonus campaign that we have here, and the second bonus campaign will be available tomorrow. So get those accounts ready if you want to also trade on Pionex and be along for the ride with this new challenge going to $1 million. Now, moving on, I want to talk a bit more about what happened yesterday. So we did have inflation data coming out yesterday, and that was actually positive. The market reacted positively to it. That's why the traditional markets had a pump, and Bitcoin and altcoins had a big pump as well. But if you look at this metric right here, this is the Walmart recession signal, which right now is signaling something concerning. So this is a recession indicator measured by Walmart's stock price, WMT, divided by the S&P Global Luxury Index of luxury goods. So essentially it means that how good is the performance of Walmart stock going compared to the performance of the stocks of luxury goods. So if people are not buying luxury goods and the stock is going down, people are buying goods on Walmart, stock is going up, that is typically a sign of a recession previously. Now you can see the divergence right here. However, just like someone pointed out here, this is not relevant anymore, because Walmart is a growing business and it's more of a tech company right now than at any point in history. It's a data business, an ads business, and 20% of economic growth for about 8 quarters straight. This chart is no longer accurate. So Walmart has diversified. Now, I'm not from the US. I don't know what Walmart are doing. I've never been in a Walmart store. So maybe some people in the US can actually give us a more clear answer to if this is actually correct or not. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out. So if this plays out the same as it's been doing in the previous occasions, it is typically a sign of a recession, which is obviously not good for crypto and not good for assets. Also, one thing I want to show you, and I want to leave you with this is actually a very bullish signal, because yesterday you saw the greatest outflows from ETFs so far. Okay, so you can see right here. Now, what has happened previously when you saw big outflows from the ETFs? Well, right here, it marked the absolute bottom right here in 92 when you saw these outflows. Right here, it marked the bottom as well. So you have the Bitcoin price in orange, obviously. Here, it marked the absolute bottom as well. So we went up. Here, it marked the bottom. Here, it marked the bottom, marked the bottom, marked the bottom, marked the vicinity of the bottom, marked the absolute bottom, marked the bottom. This was not the bottom, so this was the absolute bottom. And I would say out of these maybe 12 times or 10 times, 9 out of 10 times, it has, when you've seen these big outflows from the ETFs, it has always marked the bottom, and then we have continued towards the upside after that. So this is also a good indicator that I am seeing right now. And yeah, I remain bullish for Bitcoin. I remain bullish on altcoins as well. In fact, I still think that there's some good buying opportunities. You're able to get the altcoins at a much lower price still right now compared to just a few weeks and months ago. So exciting things happening tomorrow. In fact, what I also need to do right now is, because I edited all of the ranges here for the altcoins, because you're seeing such a big bounce right now, I already needed to edit the ranges here for some of these ones. So yeah, I will continue to do that, guys. Make sure to go to this document and check everything out. You have this document right here in the description. So here you have it. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.